Hi everyone. I'm sorry about the angle of the camera. I know it's not great with the window behind me, but you'll get the gist of what I'm going to do. It's Monday afternoon, about 2, just after 2 o'clock. I've had a rotten weekend really. I've just been a bit low and nothing that anybody can do about it. It's time, isn't it? It won't heal. And I know I will never get over what's happened, and I don't want to. It's just a case of getting through it and waiting, and making the most of the time that I'm around, I suppose. Anyway, I have come on to help Tom Mills, who doesn't know how to make a soup. I've prepared my vegetables all here. They're all nicely chopped, finely chopped, and as I throw them into the crock pot, show you what they are. Everything just goes into the crock pot as is. So we've got onions. I've used 2 onions, looking wrong way, 2 onions, 2 medium-sized onions, and some garlic puree because I've run out of garlic. So in you go. There's the onions. Then I've got three good-sized carrots and a yam, a sweet potato. So there's 3 carrots and a potato. In you go. Then about 6 mushrooms and a small red pepper. I was going to put a green one in as well, but I thought that'd be enough. A 14-ounce can of chopped tomatoes. In you go. Some oregano, garlic salt, mixed herbs, and Italian seasoning. About a teaspoon of each. And then I normally use just ordinary lentils, but today I'm using lentils mixed with pearl barley and split green peas. So there you go, all in there. There's about 4 cups there of vegetable stock, and I'm going to put another 4 cups in. That was vegetable stock which I'd used with vegetarian oxo cube. And then I'm going to put 2 open sesame. You can tell I haven't practiced, can't you? Open your dancing, that's it. 2 Knorr vegetable stock cubes. I love the way these come out, they're like jelly. So 2 of those. I sometimes put celery in, but I didn't have any. And sometimes also I put some cherry tomatoes in, and I might chop some tomatoes and put them in. I'll show you these that I've got. Look at the size of those, the tomatoes. Aren't they fabulous? I'm not going to use them in there, but I shall probably put some cherry tomatoes in, which I've got here. I'll probably just use the rest of them, give them a wash and chop them up. How many's in there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'll probably put about 4, 5, 6 in. Chop them up. And then give it all a good old stir. Again, not very organised, am I? Give it all a good old stir. And let the magic work. I am going to cook this for 8 hours. Might be a bit longer, might be 10 hours. You can do it on high for say 4 hours, 6 hours, but I want to do it on low. And that's it. Three. That's going to cook for 10 hours. If you can see the timer. So that's going to cook for 10 hours on low, and then when it's cooked, this automatically goes on to keep it warm for a few hours, but I shall take it off at midnight. And I've got a friend coming over for lunch tomorrow, things as we can, see occasionally, we can see people. So what I'm going to do is, these cups I've got, they are triple insulation, and they're what I used for Alf when I used to make this for him, which he loved, and then I used to puree it in the blender and take a cup or 2 cups, lids on. So what I'm going to do tonight when it's done is, it'll probably fill 4 to 6 cups. So I shall put 2 cups for tomorrow lunch in the fridge, and then I shall freeze the other 4 cups, and that will do for me for whenever I feel like the fancy of having some homemade soup. I'll just take it out the freezer and overnight let it thaw. That's the garlic puree that I used, and I'll probably need to put a little bit more in. And then I haven't put salt and pepper in because I'm going to put it in towards the end of the cooking, and then it'll be the Himalayan pink salt and some black peppercorns. If you put the salt in immediately along with the lentils and the pearl barley, it tends to coat the lentils and the pearl barley so that they don't soften quite as well. So anyway, that's the soup, Tom, if you're watching. Very easy, anybody can do it. One of your kids could do it. I'm going to put some more of these tomatoes in, as I say. You need to make double the quantity for 10 to 12 servings. And then I would normally serve this with crusty bread, homemade crusty bread, or bought crusty bread if I haven't made any, or garlic bread. Sometimes I will use celery, sometimes I will use swede, sometimes I will use chopped new potatoes, sometimes I will use cauliflower. It's just how the fancy takes me, and today it's been a sweet potato, and I've got cauliflower and red cabbage and stuff in, but I'm not going to use that today. About an hour or so before the end of the cooking time, I'm going to put some kale in, a cupful of kale, and I'm going to put some rosemary in, fresh rosemary, and some fresh kale. It's always best to get the fresh stuff. You could even, if you wanted, instead of using the vegetable stock as I've made up, you could even use V8 if you wanted to push the boat out. A couple of boxes of that. But anyway, that's the soup. It's going to cook. It's going to be done in about 10 hours. It's going to be beautiful. The house is going to smell absolutely gorgeous. And I might even have a little bit before I go to bed. A bit naughty really, but supper time is midnight feast. What could be easier than that and more nutritious? Nothing really. Back later, everybody. Bye-bye.